In this recipe, the flavours are intense and the spice is ramped up. Eating peri peri lamb cutlets this spicy should be legal. In this video, I'm going to show you how to perfectly grill peri peri lamb. So just sit right back, grab a drink or two and let's get into it. Come on, you're not new to the party. Subscribe, hit the bell notification, comment, like, share. It all helps. What in the Nando's is this crap? Peri peri lamb? Someone seriously lost the plot. To make peri peri lamb, we're going to need some lamb. And luckily for me, Mick the Master Cuddler and Knife Swinger out at Gippsland Premium Meats gave me this bag. In it is 1.6 kilograms of lamb cutlets waiting to be turned into butt-hurting handheld pieces of fury. The only prep needed is to place these into a Ziploc bag. And look, here's one I prepared earlier. I mean, how good do they look? And they're not even cooked yet. Just place them into the bag. Once they're all in the bag, put them aside. Lamb cutlets are also known as lamb ribeyes or lamb lollipops. Lamb tends to blend really well with citrus and herbs. Well, stuff that. Let's rock the boat, put a rocket up its bum and a fire in our bellies and make some peri peri marinade. Into a bowl, we're going to put 4 tablespoons of olive oil, 2 tablespoons of lemon juice, 4 large cloves of garlic that have been crushed, 2 teaspoons of smoked paprika, 2 teaspoons of dried oregano, half a teaspoon of salt, 1/4 teaspoon of black pepper, 1 teaspoon of hot chili flakes, and 2 bird's eye chilies that have been finely chopped, seeds and all. Now, if you can find the more traditional African bird's eye chilies, even better. And just stir all the ingredients together. Just be careful, you don't want this splashing and getting on your skin. And then just add it to the cutlets. Squeeze out the excess air, seal up the bag, and then open the bag, grab a container and dump the contents into the container because you forgot last time you tried it in a bag, it didn't work. Put the lid on and shake it like you'd like to shake some sense into your boss. And then pop this into the fridge for at least an hour. 1 hour may not seem like a long time, but lamb can absorb heat very quickly. If you don't believe me, chop up a chili, shove it up your date and see how long you can leave it there for. Absolute smut. There's too much bunghole action going on in here for my liking. Today, I'm going to be using a 57cm Weber kettle and I'm going to be pairing it up with a kettle cone. Why, I hear you ask? Because I want to be cooking at temps of 240 degrees Celsius and above today. And how I'll do that is by 3/4 filling a chimney starter with Heat Beads original briquettes. I'll then light them up, and once they're fully ashed over, I'll grab my kettle cone, place it in the middle of the charcoal rack, and I'll dump the fuel into it. I'll carefully put the grill back in place. I'll then put the lid back on, opening all the vents, and we're going to give the grill 10 minutes to warm up. If you don't have a kettle cone, suffer. I mean, good luck getting this to work. I'm sorry, I'm having a bad day. I'm here for you. I really am. I promise. The grill is warmed up and our lamb cutlets have been soaking in their spicy bath for an hour. Just place the chops of fury around the outer part of the grill, as this is where the high indirect heat is being forced by that kettle cone. Pop the lid back on and prepare for some butt-burning fun of the oral type in about half an hour. I give up. By cooking food with an indirect heat, we can ensure that we won't get any fat flare-ups from the fat dripping down and landing on that hot fuel. Hey, did you know this Weber lid vent creates a hotspot? As the cold oxygen is sucked in through the bowl vents up and around our food. It is then forced out through this lid vent. So to ensure an even cook, I recommend turning the lid 1/3 of the way every 10 minutes during the cook. Do you really need to turn the lid? Well, no. Just like you don't need to wait for traffic to stop before crossing the road blindfolded. But we all know how that's going to end, don't we? Today I'm using a high indirect heat to cook with. And all up, these fiery cutlets of bum-burning fury will take around 30 minutes to be fully cooked. Smut! Or for those of you using my beer timer, you're looking at a 1 beer cook. Cheers! Although only a 1 beer cook, I recommend having a few extra timers on hand for this one. it is a little spicy. The aroma on these is as intense as a flavour punch to your face hole. Now, although these are hot, there's no need to rest for this type of heat. But I'd give these chops a couple of minutes just to relax before you shove them in your gob. But just place these straight onto a serving platter for these Mozambique Portuguese inspired rectal ruiners. Smut! If you can't handle spicy food, why did you watch this?